Hello there, every pony. This is Silver Soul. Not going to be really much of an intro for this. I'm just really wanting to get this done with. No offense to the author, it's really good fanfic. It's just I'm needing to get this done because I set myself a personal goal that I need to get done through chapter 10 by the end of this week. And today is Saturday, and I have plans to go somewhere. So, gonna dive right in. This is When Friendship Dies by StrawberryDashie, Chapter 10. A different kind of lovely. Just a warning, I'm probably gonna do, this has Twilight and Celestia and, let's see, who were they called? Minuet, Lyra, Amethyst, Lemon, Twinkle, and Moondancer. And I have no idea what voices I'm going to try for those, so just bear with me. And I've never tried a Celestia voice. And my Twilight voice is bad. We'll see how this works. Without further ado, here we go. Twilight's magic opened the schoolroom's door with a bang. She trotted in with her nose in the air, her eyes closed gracefully. She could hear whispers as she walked to the front of the room, heard the gasps, and could feel the stares. They made her feel special, important, like people envied her beauty. They should. They should. After all, you're quite lovely, Twilight thought to herself, taking her seat beside Princess Celestia. Good morning, Twilight Sparkle. Feeling better already? Yes, Twilight nodded, levitating some books out of the bookshelf and laying them on the desk in front of her. Yes, I am. We're glad to have you, the princess said, then continued writing on the chalkboard and talking about equations while every pony whispered. No one was really paying attention except Twilight, so Princess Celestia allowed them free reading time in the statue garden. Thank you, Princess Celestia, they said, then grabbed their books and headed out the door. Twilight watched them through the windows, seeing them gather and sit down, opening their books and glancing at her when they were almost sure she wasn't looking. Twilight's mind wandered for a moment. She certainly was fitting in here. She had a new attitude and a new look, which was obviously gaining her much attention. The other ponies wore cute clothes too, but for some reason Twilight was different. Maybe it's because I'm the teacher's favorite, Twilight thought. That might very well have been it. She was just special to them, so different from the others. Twilight, you know you may go outside also. Her teacher's voice interrupted her thoughts, and she looked away from the window where she noticed the group of girl unicorns she'd met yesterday, smiling and waving at her. Oh, all right. Twilight smiled, hovering a book on the history of Canterlot in front of her face as she headed toward the door. She lost herself in the words as she trotted outside and headed toward the sound of water that she recognized as the fountain of the two princesses. Suddenly, her book fell as she bumped into something. Ah! She exclaimed, looking down and levitating the book beside her. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to... She looked up and saw some colts smiling at her. Hello, Twilight Sparkle, they said together, all three of them levitating the book for her. She blushed and looked at the ground. No need to call me that. A simple Twilight will do. Or, how about Sparkle? That's a really cute name, the one to Twilight's right said, starting to walk around her. We'll see you later, Sparkle, the one in the middle said, following the other, and the one on the left nodded to her and followed the others. Twilight blinked, not used to the name Sparkle. She thought for a moment and decided it made sense. She was a new pony, a new life, a new look, a new personality. Only a new name could make it better. Sparkle. That was a cute name. Twilight continued walking until she reached the fountain. She laid on the edge and opened the book, crossing her forelegs and relaxing in the warm heat of the day. As she read, she began to get the feeling she was being watched. So she looked up and saw some ponies standing in front of her, not making a sound. You know those colts? Twinkle asked, astonished. She had been watching and was amazed that they were looking at Twilight and not at her. Hello, Minuet, Lyra, Amethyst, Lemon, Twinkle, and Moondancer? I haven't seen you in a while, Twilight said, closing her book and getting up. Moondancer, a silver unicorn with dark blue hair, smiled. Indeed, it is nice to see you, Sparkle. Twilight laughed. Why is everyone calling me that? It suits you, don't you think? Minuet smiled, and Lyra nodded excitedly. You're just so special. You deserve a name like Sparkle. Special? Twilight repeated, starting to narrow her eyes. It sounded okay in her head, but it sounded weird coming out of an actual mouth. Yeah, Amethyst Star said, grinning. You're different. Princess Celestia brags about you constantly. You're staying in the castle, you're practical royalty, you're the smartest one in school, and you look amazing. Everyone thinks you're different, Lemonhearts told her, shifting her weight onto her other hooves. They didn't yesterday, Twilight reminded them, collecting her books. Word gets around? Lyra blurted out, but it sounded more like a question than an answer. She immediately looked at Twinkle. Word? Yes, word. You know how special you are? Twinkle clarified quickly. Twilight hummed, trotting around them. I'll see you guys later. Wait, Sparkle! Twinkle called. Could we come over tonight? Come over? You know that I'm staying in the castle. It really doesn't matter to us. We just want to get to know you better, Twinkle told her, walking up to her. Well, I guess. I'm sure we could stay in the guest room tonight, and tomorrow we could go shopping or something? Twilight said, not really interested, but not wanting to push away her new friends. It could be fun, she told herself. She nodded at them, and they all grinned. See you tonight at 5. Meet me outside the castle, and I'll come and get you, Twilight said. Later, Sparkle! They all shouted as she headed back to the schoolhouse. She walked inside and placed the books away, then took a seat at her desk, closing her eyes and thinking. Sparkle. What a nice name. And that's the end of chapter 10. Nice short chapter. Again, I apologize if there's not much of a difference in the voices or if they overlap, because it's... How many? Is it like 6? Give me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 7 girls talking, and only one of them has a voice that I have any idea what it sounds like. So you'll just have to bear with me. I'm making them up, and I can't do girl voices as well. Anyway, thank you all for listening, and I gotta go.